I'm Danny. I'm the naturopath behind Divine Health and Wellness. And I recently had a client come in and ask me, how do you learn to love yourself when everybody in the world wants to judge you? And I've got to admit, my heart did break a little bit. So we were talking about the importance of self-acceptance and self-love in weight loss. And it's something that I'm really big on because I've been through my own weight loss journey. I know what hating your body and having that really negative body image does. And I think it only makes weight loss more difficult. So it's something that I talk to my clients a lot about. But I had this question and I thought I would share the answer with all of you, because if one person's thinking it, then probably more people are as well. So the first thing that I wanted to say is that someone else's judgment of you doesn't change anything about you. So just because someone has a certain idea, whether it's about you personally or just your appearance or whatever it is, about anything at all, that doesn't change anything about you. You kind of have to allow it. Not you have to, like you shouldn't. But for it to actually have an impact, you have to give it permission to impact you. Because really, whether you know about their judgment or their opinion or not, shouldn't make a difference. If you think of flowers, some people like roses, some people like daisies. But daisies aren't over there in the corner trying to paint themselves red and change their leaves to please the people that like roses. They're just being daisies. And that's totally fine because there's other people that like daisies. No one is, like, you're never going to please everyone. And people's judgment of you says a lot more about them than it does about you. So the person that's doing the judging, it's actually saying a lot more about them than it's saying about the person that they're judging. I think that you'll always be judged. I think everyone will always be judged. I could sit here and worry about the fact that I don't have makeup on and, my office is a little bit messy and whatever. I could sit here and worry about all those things, or I could just hop on a video and share my thoughts with you about this topic. So you have a choice about whether you let that judgment stop you from living. But I do think that judgment is something that it's just a part of life, especially in today's society. And it would be really sad to let that part of life stop you from being true to yourself, living your life the way you want to, not caring what people think. The kind of caring what people think, it can have a really huge impact on your whole life and the decisions that you make and the way that you live and the way you show up. And I think knowing that there is always going to be judgment, particularly on appearance in today's society, that's always going to be there. But just choose to be you and just live your life the way you want to live it anyway, in the face of that judgment, because it's always going to be there. So you can either choose to see the judgment, let it kind of keep you stuck, let it impact the way that you live your life, or you can just see the judgment and just be yourself anyway, because whether you shy away from it or just, get on with it in the face of that judgment, it doesn't change the judgment at all. And I do think that, something that really freed me in terms of not worrying about judgment is a lot of people are actually more worried about themselves than they are about you. And I think it's a fact of life that people are more caught up in their own stuff than they are about your stuff. And I think if someone's judging you, it's only because of the way it reflects onto them, or, like I said just before, just kind of their own stuff as such. Like it's their stuff that they're projecting onto you. It doesn't have to impact you, and it doesn't really have that much to do with you when it boils down to it. I hope I'm making sense there, because it makes sense in my head, but I'm not sure if I'm being clear enough. But the main things that I wanted to say is judgment's always going to be there. It says more about the person judging you than it does about you, and it doesn't change anything about you. So shying away from it and changing yourself because of it would be a real shame. So my advice, and I'm still practicing this, I think it's a lifelong practice, but my advice is let the judgment be there. Just kind of don't let it get to you. Like, it's going to be there anyway. You might as well enjoy your life in the meantime, or it can be there and you can be really miserable because of it. So I'm choosing to recognize that it's there and just enjoy my life anyway. And I'd really like it if you could choose that path as well. And maybe together we can just get better and better at not worrying so much about what other people think of us. That'd be a nice journey to go on together. So that's, a question that I had from a client today. And I just thought I would share my answer with you because I thought that was an important thing to touch base on, particularly in terms of body image and the weight loss clients that I work with, and all of my followers are usually weight loss and body image related. So that's my topic for today. And I'd love to know what you think of the video, whether you resonate with what I'm saying, and maybe give me a hell yes if you in the comments if you want to join me on this not caring so much what people think kind of journey. All right, bye.